Guys, I'm Marler.
And I'm Steven.
Hey Steve, I'm trying to figure out how to get my device into my camera holder. This is a very low budget operation. Um, what did we just watch, Steve? F yeah, brah. Which one?
Season 1, episode 5, 6, and 7.
That's right. Well, we'll do one at a time. This up is going to be just season one, ep 5. Season one, ep 5 is one of the great episodes of Rick and Morty. It is the Meeseeks episode. And this was your very first time watching it, wasn't it, Steve?
Yeah, it was good. I liked it, definitely.
F yeah, bro.
Yeah,
Do you remember the very first time you watched Rick and Morty?
years ago.
Do you remember how many years ago?
About 5 maybe.
Do you remember which episode it was?
Uh, nope.
First time I watched Rick and Morty was 2016 or 17. I remember because I was at Misha's house, and he was that guy who played like 4-string acoustic bass, but he played it like a Spanish guitar. He did a shitload of looping. Y'all should check out my video. My video is with Sasha. I said Misha, but I meant Sasha. Do you remember where you were and what you were doing the very first time you watched Rick and Morty?
Not really.
And the first step I ever watched was M. Night Shyamalan's, which is season 1, ep 3 or 4. That's the one where, let's see, it's got that guy from, but anyway, enough about that. We just watched season 1, episode 5. Do you remember how this one starts?
Where, he provides his family with those meats.
That's right, it's the Meeseeks box. Well, it starts off with Rick and Morty's whole family having a variety of problems that they're struggling with. I remember it starts off with Beth having trouble with the dishwasher, and each of the members of the family comes together and asks Rick and Morty for help, right while Morty is trying to negotiate with Rick to have more control over the adventures. Okay?
Oh, yeah.
So that's how they set up an A plot and a B plot right together. They get back from somewhere, and Rick was like, dude, bro, this is the one that starts off. It's funny because a lot of the scenes could work. Like, you could switch them around and put this scene here and this scene there. This is the one that starts off with the cold open, you know? Morty's the grandpa, Rick is the grandson, and they are out on a sci-fi adventure. Puts you right in the middle, okay?
Yeah.
And they're on a spaceship, and they're being pursued by zombie versions of their family, and Morty has to kill them, and then they get back, but they're just zombies, which they suck up into a trap, like the kind that we saw from Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
Remember, I grew up with Ghostbusters as a kid. Did you watch Ghostbusters, the animated series?
Yeah, it sucked.
Did you say it sucked?
I watched the movie.
Ooh, that's better. Yeah. One of the main voice actors on Ghostbusters ended up being in Futurama, but I won't go off on a tangent about that right now. Y'all know I love to look up every voice actor and tell you about everything that they were in. What's my favorite one from Rick and Morty?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, you are. You've heard my whole TED Talk. So in Rick and Morty, Bird Person's daughter, and also Mr. Poopy Butthole's wife are both voiced by the same special actress, the same very, very fine lady. Do you remember who she is? That's right, Lauren Tom. Spelled T-A-M, but I think it's pronounced Tom. Who voices most of the Asian women characters on Futurama, most notably the intern. Okay? We're solving problems here. We're working through technical stuff. All right? We're talking about life. So Rick and Morty get back from this adventure where they just captured zombies who were impersonating their family, and they get them caught in their traps. And all that is just an excuse. All that is just to set up for them going to the garage, ending their adventure, and Rick is like, dude, from now on, every third adventure is mine. And what did Rick say?
Uh,
That's right, every 10th. And he pulls out a punch card, which is going to be a recurring theme in Rick and Morty. This is the episode where they introduce the punch card, where every 10 adventures, Morty gets something special.
yeah.
But right as they finish up that argument, that's when Beth comes in and she says, oh, the dishwasher's doing that thing again. What thing? Washing dishes? No, the other thing. And so that's when Rick is like, dude, I don't have time to handle y'all's stuff right now. Here's the Meeseeks box. You hit the button, Mr. Meeseeks comes out, and Rick explains the rules. What is Mr. Meeseeks? He just appears. He's blue, and he says, hi, I'm Mr. Meeseeks. Look at me. What does he do?
He does everything we need.
He does anything you need.
And I disapprove.
He does it quickly, and he disappears. He does anything you need. He does it quickly, and he disappears. Mr. Meeseeks is a perfect man. He pops into this existence. This is why I'm so fascinated by this episode. I remember when this came out. Mr. Meeseeks only appeared in one episode of Rick and Morty for several years, and then they brought him back a little bit in most recent seasons. But they went like 2 full seasons without bringing him back again, and he was one of the most beloved characters, to the point where if you showed up at Comic-Con, everybody was dressing blue. I saw like 3 people dressing as Mr. Meeseeks, and it was like about the same as the number of people cosplaying Rick or Morty or Summer or the people from Futurama. So this character that appeared in one episode had pretty much equal representation with main cast characters, what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
And the reason why we love him is because he is absolutely perfect. He shows up only when you need him. He's there to solve one problem for you, just what you need. It could be anything any problem you might need a man to solve for you, including metaphysical problems, like teaching you how to do hard stuff. And then he disappears. Very important. Very key. When he's done, this is the difference between Mr. Meeseeks. This is one of the main differences between Mr. Meeseeks and a real man. Right? Real men don't always go away when you're done with them. So, Beth asks Mr. Meeseeks to be a more complete woman. Summer asks Mr. Meeseeks
To be popular.
to be popular, and
Yeah. Jerry asks him for 2 strokes off his game.
that's right. Jerry asks him for 2 strokes off his game, which is golfing. Do you understand golf scoring?
Not really.
Yeah, me neither. I don't know what 2 strokes off the game means, but that's a golf thing, you know.
That
you're better.
was almost impossible.
I looked it up one time, and apparently if you play golf, you go on the honor system, and if you're in a group with mixed skill level, you just announce how good you are, and they like pre-adjust the levels accordingly. You know.
I guess.
It's like when you're bowling. It's like when you go bowling, and they bring up when it's my turn, they bring up the gutters, right? And when it's Wes's turn, he steps back. He goes really far behind. So Jerry wants to learn how to play golf, and also he felt that his wife and his daughter's requests were too complicated, too metaphysical. And this is an example of irony, because it turned out that making Beth popular was easy peasy, and making Beth a more complete woman was easy peasy. Making Summer popular was surprisingly easy. They didn't show the whole thing, but Mr. Meeseeks called a school assembly and sold everybody that being friends with Summer is of great benefit. And so Meeseeks disappears. Summer, Beth goes on a date with Mr. Meeseeks, and he's a perfect friend, and suggests that divorce might be an option. And Beth becomes a fully grown-up, independent woman and almost fucks Mr. Meeseeks. That's how it works, man.
Yeah. Until the kid and he gets screwed.
But he disappears. He did his job. He did his job. No further reward does Mr. Meeseeks require
Right.
than the satisfaction of death.
Yep. Except for he couldn't teach Jerry how to get 2 strokes.
He couldn't teach Jerry how to get 2 strokes off of his golf game.
Yeah.
And that's season 1, episode 5, Meeseeks and Destroy. Okay, I'm trying to keep these down to less than 10